Meteordale's Adventure and Travel's latest challenge is to do every railway service in the UK over many years. Please enjoy watching.
That's the Bradford Interchange train, 15201, 2-car unit by Northern. Sets off in about 20 minutes, but I'll sit in the sun for now. So yet another 150. Quite a lot of these in Yorkshire on Northern trains. So this is the Huddersfield to Bradford Interchange service via Halifax. So there's a lot of Trans-Pennine route upgrade works going on in this station and the surrounding area. So that's the Huddersfield to Leeds service. Just goes backs and forwards all day.
Next station stop is Brighouse.
Manchester Victoria train. Departs on time. Dayton. Then shortly after there's the triangular junction and we go off to the left, whereas the Leeds line goes off to the right. Quite a short journey, it takes about 35 minutes. Switching off now. Single track to the end of the triangle. Tunnel under the A62.
So the other side of those fields is the other side of the large triangular junction, where the Calder Valley line goes along the other side of the River Calder. The triangular junction is about a mile long, by about a mile, and so the Huddersfield to Bradford Interchange and Halifax goes around this single line loop. The other loop to the south goes off to Leeds, and the other one goes Leeds to Halifax. There's another triangular junction after Brighouse, so there's a lot of junctions, lots of point work, noise, and the noise of the train revving up and decelerating and screeching and braking. And that's the way it goes. You either like it or you hate it.
We are approaching Brighouse. M62.
Dates back from the Roman times. Brighouse later became a textile mill town specialising in quarrying, mining and dyeing. Nowadays it is on the M62, so it's a hive of business. Famous people include Sir Titus Salt of Salt Air fame, William Booth, founder of Salvation Army, the Bronte family nearby, Robin Hood is apparently buried here, and there's so much more history.
another large triangular junction approaching, then we branch off to the right. Calder Valley line goes straight on to Sowerby Bridge, Mifflin Moyd and Hebden Bridge, but not for us today. We're going right to Halifax. And here's the junction. Still to Halifax. We've got Calder.
Halifax is a magnificent town, has fine stone buildings, the famous Peace Hall Square, massive trading history of Milltown, Industrial Revolution, and quality streets. In 1938, there was an incident of mass hysteria where residents believed a serial killer, the Halifax slasher, was on the loose. Scotland Yard concluded there were no such attacks, and locals had admitted that they had inflicted wounds on themselves. And of course, many of you must have heard of the Halifax Building Society that became Halifax PLC and then the Lloyds Banking Group. Mackintosh was resident in Halifax and became the Toffee King. And they created such as Rolo, Toffee Crisp, and of course Quality Street. John Mackintosh then was merged with Rowntrees of York. Overall, Halifax is an extremely interesting place. It's a fascinating place.
Here it is. Faster now from Halifax to Bradford. Tunnel near Hipper Home. Bit of straight track now, so picking up speed at 80 miles an hour. Here's Lower Station, quite a modern station. But what is that? What is it? What was it? Here's the tunnel. Here's the junction before Bradford. way to Leeds. Grand Central service. That's the end of that journey. Thanks for joining me today. Please like, comment and subscribe.